All right. This is the first edition of our brand new web content series. And we thought, what better way to start by a conversation and introducing all of you all to our brand new head coach, Mr. Joel DeCastri. Joel, welcome on.
Good evening, Chris. Thank you very much for having me both tonight and then welcome me to the club as well.
Yeah, so I think by now we made the splash. We've announced out to the public that you're going to be just the second head coach in the history of our team. We're excited. I'm excited. Little background: Joel has been around our program for the entirety of the time. He was assistant coach for us. He met with us really early on in the process, and this is just an amazing moment to bring him on, to allow him to help build on the success of Coach Bruno and help us just continue to go forward. So let's start off the evening. Joel, why don't you go ahead and just tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right, well, my full name's Joel De Castri. I was born in a place called Hertfordshire, which is in England, in proximity around North London by about 15 miles. I have been in America since 2001. I was fortunate enough to get to play a little bit of soccer ball here. And then I found myself later on in Miami, where I got to spend 15 years there working for an Italian company. Got to make so many friends and connections in the game, as well as just friends for life there. And then around 6 years ago, I decided to come to Tallahassee based on working for an academy here that is affiliated with the very shirt that sits behind me, Tottenham Hotspur. So it was my privilege to come up here and work for them. But quickly I found that it was actually a privilege to come and get to know Tallahassee. And now for the last 6 years, I'm really happy to call this place home.
Well, we're super excited, and everything that you bring to our city and the extent of your knowledge for both soccer on the field and off the field. But why don't we talk a little bit about, why did you want to become the next head coach of Tallahassee Soccer Club?
I think the main reason is it's an excellent opportunity in my career to move to a different level. And then on top of that, just to really cement my place in the community as an opportunity to work with the men's team here. I've had so many great years working in youth soccer, but now this opportunity to work within the men's program and Tallahassee Soccer Club, who are so closely knit with the community and stands for so much more than just a soccer club. I felt this was an opportunity that not only I couldn't turn down, but I had to really, chase and want. So it's been really nice. The whole process, getting to know the board, continuing to get to know you, Chris, and now finally getting the opportunity to work with you and everybody associated with the club. I am super excited to get started.
Yeah, I mean it's been quite a road for us. You've been on the road with us. I said road twice, but hey, man, driving the vans on away trips. I mean, you've been around the program for a long time. But tell me, what might the fans expect from you? What do you hope to? How do you hope to interact with our members in the Old Fields Battalion? And do you have any message for them, just kind of right out of the gate?
Well, first of all, I can't wait to meet them all. So I can't wait to meet the old battalion, all of the members there. I can't wait to share a moment with the fans when we first step out on the pitch on that first day. But even in these months that are come ahead of us now before the season, I hope to get out and about with the community, learn a little bit more about what they would like to see from the team, learn a little bit more about them as people, and then get to work and do all I can to make this community and most importantly our fans happy.
So, what do you think? What can they expect to see from our club moving forward, from a fan perspective and a member perspective?
Well, I think the best way for me to talk would be on the pitch. So I hope to bring a dedication to the field, an organisation, and a purpose to our play. I look forward to enjoying many moments where we try to create lots of chances, score some goals. But most of all, I hope they can see a plan that we're trying to execute on the field, and that gives them something to get behind and support.
Have you had a chance yet? I'm putting you on the spot. We didn't talk about this prior, but really a question about some of the returning guys. Is there anyone you're excited to get to work with? Is there anyone that you've kind of already reached out to and maybe spoken with?
Sure. Well, I have coached a lot of the players from when they were young teenagers, and now I've witnessed helping them get into some of the schools they're at now. as well as just getting the opportunity to share some of the journey with them when I was the assistant coach with Coach Josh. I have spoken via text with Johnny Fitzgerald, our captain. I can't wait to speak with him in person, but I was also keen to stress to him that his priority right now is Akron and doing all he can to continue getting those guys some wins. It's been fantastic to see him score some goals this season. Then Sai is another player that I really enjoy. I always enjoy spending time with Sai. I find him a very calm gentleman who showed such leadership skills in some of the seasons past. And I believe as he ages and as he continues to develop as a person and a player, that's only going to improve. And then in terms of other players, Bennett Mitchell continues to work with me in some of my training programs during the week. I speak to Christian Vanuk a lot. But honestly, I hope to build relationships with some of the new players that I don't know and continue on some of those relationships with the boys that I do know. So it's just as exciting as to me to get the ball rolling as it is to get some conversations going with these guys and get to know them even more again.
I think it's exciting for these guys, and again, one of the things that you stress so much about is the relationships. And this is the first week, so we are hitting the ground running. I want to pivot a little bit, but you talked about it a little bit. I know your legs, you got heavy legs because you've actually been out training with our U19s and practicing with them. And Coach Bruno is running that program. It's a whole different take on just leadership in soccer in our area. But is there anything you want to touch on just with the excitement of the young folks coming up through the program too?
It's been really great since the summer. I've been training with them. It's been really beneficial to me for a couple of ways. Number one, to keep the old legs moving and somewhat pretend that I can still keep up with the younger players. Another reason is just get to connect with some of these boys that I have not had the opportunity to be with in a few years because they moved into different places, or again get to know newer soccer players in town. And then I think that the last thing for me has been a great educational piece from the coach in me as well, because being part of Coach Josh's sessions as a player has allowed me to learn more about his style, and has also given me the opportunity to see, okay, what can I do to apply this into my coaching methods, and how would I do things differently? How would I do things the same? So it's been wonderful, as it always has been with Coach Josh, to bounce some ideas off and continue to mentor these young players, and then also mentor ourselves and help ourselves improve as coaches.
Awesome. I know you and I have discussed that we are already looking at the calendar of just some amazing opportunities and events that we're going to plan, hoping to bring everyone together. We have a winter camp. We did that, I think, 2 years ago. Hopefully, we're going to have a winter camp for all the players listening now. Can't wait to get you back in town around the holidays in December. We've got an event. We're going to be out at Cascades Park for the Halloween Spooktacular on October 28th. We're looking at our tryout calendar, and I know you've already looked at the summer calendar. Anything you want to say just as far as tryouts and what that might look like? Not for a date, and again, I'm putting you on the spot. We're just having a conversation. But what are your thoughts maybe on that as folks are listening to you to get a direction on that moving forward?
Well, everybody obviously has a clean slate with me and a new opportunity. I want to see as many local players coming out to try out for the team. I'm going to try and facilitate as many opportunities for those players to gain exposure to both the club, and then also to gain exposure to me and my coaching methods. So I can't wait to get started and literally get the ball rolling. We are anticipating getting the squad together in the winter. It will be formal, stroke informal, just again to get to see them, get to know them a little bit more, and just sort of start to touch on some of the principles of play that I want to apply for next season. I find this is going to be one of the challenges because we do have such a compressed amount of time in that summer. I think these months leading up to next season are going to be critical. Even though the moments might be few and far between, we're going to certainly try and maximize those moments. In the new year, I anticipate a very early tryout opportunity again, just to give folks the opportunity to come out and meet us, get to know me and the staff, get to know the club, and then also vice versa, give me the opportunity to fit the profile of the player that sort of fits our system of play.
I think it's great, and I cannot wait to get everyone in the same place at the same time. Just a couple more, maybe one question, and then I'm going to hit you with some rapid fire stuff that I just really came up with while I'm sitting
Oh, now
here.
you're really putting me on the
So
spot. You didn't tell me about that before.
I didn't. I mean, I thought it would be good, right? If for those that have followed all the way into the 10th minute, we really didn't want to go past there. But so just a question about. I understand you're going to go up to check out the Thomas University game, and in our great relationship that we have with Thomas University. Anything you want to mention on that front?
Yeah, most definitely. I think it's an absolute wonderful resource to have an NAIA university that's 40 minutes down the street. I've been really fortunate enough to take youth teams always over there a couple of times, 3 times a season. A wonderful facility and nice folks. Coach Joe and I have worked together before. There's even an assistant coach there that I believe is from the same town as me. So not only do I look forward to going to see them, just as importantly, I look forward to getting to know the talent there and trying to see if there's some of those players that will be applicable again to fitting into our system next season and welcoming the was it 229 into the fold.
Yes, there we go. I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
know
All
area
right.
codes up here.
Yeah, right. All right. So, a couple rapid fire, and then we're gonna just kind of close it out for the evening. So, let's go with favorite movie.
Oof. Top Gun.
All right, Top Gun. What's the last song, or what's your favorite song that you got on your rotation on your music?
Actually, what I've been listening to this entire weekend while I've been in Destin is a little bit of house music from my days in Miami. So it's been of the very mellow variety, but it's really brought back some lovely memories and just beautifully relaxing sounds to what was a lovely weekend at the beach with some beautiful weather.
Man, that's awesome. And then just final one, and we'll end it on. Well, we'll have a conclusion. But what is your favorite soccer moment
Um,
or
well,
football,
I'll
whatever
turn
one?
it back onto you. What do you want from in my personal career? Or are we talking about just soccer in general, football in general?
I, whatever you want to share with the folks listening.
I think I'll go 2 ways on this question. So my coaching and also just me as a fan. Coaching, I've made so many great memories, but I think this past year when I got to win a national championship with some of the 13-year-old boys and 14-year-old boys, it was one thing to win the game, and I felt the original fist pump, and I felt really good about the competition and how we'd won. But to see the faces and the happiness that was going through the boys and the families and the sense of achievement gave me a gratitude that goes way beyond anything on the soccer field. So that filled my heart with joy and gave me such a great feeling. And then in terms of soccer moments, again, there's lots, but I've got to go to Lucas Moura scoring a hat trick against Ajax for Tottenham Hotspur. Just such a crazy game, and to score that goal in the last minute and take us to the Champions League final, which I was lucky to go to, but unfortunately lost. But that moment, I mean, there's certain music that will give me goosebumps, and the memories will come flooding back to me like it was yesterday. I long for another moment like that from Tottenham, but I won't hold my breath.
Well, I think we'll end by again just we're excited to have you on board. We know we've got just everything ahead of us, and it's only October, but we are all hard at work, and we want to say thank you to our members. We hope you'll renew again next season. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to the Old Fields Battalion. We work on this club every day. Joel and I, he came by to pick something up from the house, and we ended up spending an hour and a half just talking and planning. So just know that we are committed and focused, and we thank you all for tuning in. And I'm excited. And Joel, you have anything to coach to end it with tonight?
No, I think I echo your words. I'm looking forward to meeting all of our members, new and current members. I look forward to next season. I look forward to spending some really good times with you all and celebrating this team together.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in to the goal.